Hey guys, PokeTip here, and today in this video I will be explaining how on Sunday I went to Manchester Bowlers Card Show Part 2 and explain exactly what I did and explain exactly what I wanted to do. So at Manchester Card Show Bowlers Part 2, the vibe was great, the space was massive, it was filled with lots and lots of different slabs, and it was filled with PSA as well as a lot of ace this time round, as the other two card shows that I've been to was mainly heavy PSA. But in this one, it was quite fairly even between PSA and ace, which was nice because I was trying to sell off my ace cards. My goals for that day was to sell up quite a lot of my ace slabs in order to get the Lugia V Silver Tempest PSA 10. And I'll explain exactly how that went. So at first, obviously, I was scanning all of the tables before I made any moves and made sure that all the vendors would have accepted ace slabs, in which this case, quite a lot of vendors were interested in ace slabs. However, the only problem with the people who wanted to buy ace was that they were buying 70%. And quite a lot of vendors explained that if you're selling ace 10 slabs, they're not going to go any higher because they're quite hard to shift rather than PSA. So this caused a problem. You see, my game plan for the card show was to sell quite a lot of my ace slabs. With the Phantasmal Flames Charizard and my Mega Dream Gengar and the rest of my ace slabs that I was willing to give up. However, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. And that was simply because of vendors obviously wanting to buy them at 70%. Now, the lower tier cards, they were easy to get rid of, no problems. However, for my Mega Gengar, as well as my Phantasmal Flame Charizard, it was a bit more heavy. No one wanted the Mega Gengar from Mega Dream because it was in Japanese, as well as being in an Ace 10 slab, and they were saying that it was quite hard to shift. However, I did find one vendor who was really wanting this card, and we made a really good deal at 75%. So I was happy to take that. And yeah, Mega Gengar went, which added up more funds for the Lugia V. However, Phantasmal Flames Charizard, you'd be surprised how hard that guy is to shift. Oh my gosh. No one wanted him. No one wanted him, and the people that did want him were offering me less money than it's raw. I got offered £580 for an Ace 10 slab for Phantasmal Flame Charizard. That is less than raw. That is crazy. People were not wanting it. I think my lowest offer was £532. Like, no chance. I weren't going to do that. However, the game plan was to get Lugia V, and I wasn't leaving that card show till I got him. So, what happened? Well, what happened was this. The highest offer I got for my Phantasmal Flames Charizard was £600, which again was still low than raw. However, the person who wanted to buy my Phantasmal Flames was really interested in my PSA 9 Hooper, which of course that is one of my most favourite cards. However, the Lugia V Alt Art is such a really nice card that I really like, as well as a very long-term investment that I think will really help me with my profits. So they offered me a really good price for the Hooper, and then they offered me £600 from a Phantasmal Flame Charizard, which at the time I thought, why have I accepted that? I should have just held it, which you're right, I probably should have. However, I managed to get my Lugia VR for £1,000, and I was happy. I felt like that was the sacrifice that I needed to do. So what happened was I sold my Charizard, I sold my Hooper, I had enough funds, plenty of enough funds to get Lugia. So when I went to the table, I asked the guy how much for the Lugia. He said it was £1,000, and then checked his price notes and said, oh, it was 1,050. However, because I've told you that it was 1,000, you can have it for 1,000. So then we agreed on 1,000. Then, of course, I still had money, and I was wanting the Batman Mewtwo in a PSA 10 for £500. But then I was thinking, do I really want to spend the rest of my money on one card, or shall I just go away with a bit of cash in my pocket? And that's when I saw it. I saw my Mega Blastoise EX in a PSA 10 for £360. Now, this was one of my plan B's, C's, D's. Like, this is a card that I want and think will be a great investment. And therefore, I said to the guy, will you do 350? And he said, I'll do 350 in cash. And I said, I've got 350 in cash. And then we shook on it. This Mega Blastoise EX is such a good investment. Like, this card is low pop. It's in the evolution era. Like, it is a really good card to pick up. And the art is really, really nice. So, I came out with Lugia VL art and a Blastoise Evolutions PSA 10. And I was happy. I had money left over. And yeah, at first I thought I was going to have a really bad card show because I wasn't buying anything for the first hour or two. And I was worried. I was panicking. No one was buying my stuff. But in the end, it all came together. And I left the show a happy man. So that's it. I got the Lugia VR. And I got my Mega Blastoise EX, which I know will grow. Both of these are great investments, and I also advise you to get these as well. But that's the end of my rant. That's the end of the card show. I'll be going to another card show at the Bolton Stadium. I think it's in November time, sometime in winter. But yeah, I'll be going there, and my plan for there will probably be picking up raws to hopefully get some minty 10s and flip them. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you for listening to me rant. Thank you guys for following me, supporting me. I truly, truly love it. Truly, truly, it means a lot to me. So thank you guys. And yeah, stay tuned for more content. And yeah, thank you again. Peace.